Dear learners, welcome you all in today's session. Now, from this week, we will explore some important families of angiosperms in a systematic manner as given by the Bentham-Inogar system of classification. We have already studied that Bentham-Inogar classification, the seed plant categorized into three classes as shown in the figure, that is the first class is dicotyledone, second class is gymnospermy and the third class is monocotyledone. The dicotyledone is further classified into three subclasses: polypetally, gamopetally and monoclinidae. And these subclasses are further have a classified into different series in dicotyledone and also in monocotyledone. So, starting from the subclass polypetally, they have a three series: thalmiflory, deciflory and caliciflory. So, we will start from the series thalmiflory. Now, moving forward, today we learn the family which belongs to the series thalmiflory and order Rannunculaceace. As we can see here, the Rannunculaceace is the first order of the series thalmiflory. In this Rannunculaceace order, today we will explore the Rannunculaceae family in detail, focusing on its systematic position, distribution and key characteristics. We will delve into the extraordinary diversity of this family, which consists of 58 genera and over 2,500 species worldwide, with significant representation in India. We also examine the vegetative and floral characteristics and diagnostic features that help to identify this family. Lastly, we explore the economic importance and primitive traits of the family will be reviewed. Now let's focusing on the first section of this particular session, that is the systematic position of the family Rannunculaceae. This family is often discussed into light of the two prominent classification that given by Bentham-Inogar and England and Prandtl system, and this family Rannunculaceae is classified under class dicotyledone and subclass polypetally, series thalmiflory, order Rannunculaceae, Bentham-Inogar system of classification, and by England and Prandtl system they also place them in Archiclamidae. Archiclamidae is a subclass of dicotyledone that given by England and Prandtl, which is formed by the union of two subclasses of Bentham-Inogar system classes like polypetally plus metaclamidae, which also has a free petals. They also place this family into the order Rannunculaceae. Now moving towards the distribution of this family. So as we have seen, in the realm of the dicotyledone, the Rannunculaceae family is a notable group comprising of 58 genera and 2,500 species in total. And in India, Guru Charan Singh has documented 28 genera and 332 species as of July 2020. This highlights the diversity of this family in our country. The largest genera within the family include Rannunculaceae with approximately 400 species, followed by Clematis, Delphinium, Echotenum, Anemone, Thalictrum, all boasting substantial species count. Now moving toward the next slides, which discusses the vegetative characteristic of the family. The vegetative characteristics of these plants are quite diverse. Like habit of this family includes annuals and perennial herbs, as well as some woody climbers like Clematis and shrub like Xanthorrhiza. The leaves arrangement often alternate but sometime opposite like in Clematis, and petiole form the sheathing base at the base. The leaf arrangement often alternate but is sometime opposite like in Clematis. Petiole forms the sheathing base. Leaves of these plants are generally simple but can exhibit variation such as palmately lobed or divided forms. But they are entire in caltha, pinnately compound in clematis and decompound in thalictrum. Aquatic species are particularly interesting as they show heterophily, adapting leaf form based on their submerged or emergent growth with finely dissected leaves below the water surface. These vegetative traits lead us to the next aspect of the Rannunculaceae family, that is their floral characteristics. As we can see here, this is the plant, ranunculus plants, that showing the habit of which has a alternate arrangement of leaves. Now, as we have discussed earlier the vegetative characteristics in previous slides, now discuss the floral characteristics of this particular family. The first floral characteristics, that is inflorescence, which can vary significantly. For instance, anemone and nigella features solitary flowers, where species like delphinium and agotinum shows long racemes. Clematis and thalictrum take it further with much branched panicles, indicating a great variety among these genera. The flower themselves are generally bisexual and can be actino or zygomorphic. They display an intricate structure with floral whorls spirally arranged on an elongated receptacle, typically comprising of 5 parts, that is a pentamerous flowers and hypogynous feature and various colors of flowers. Next, we will explore more details regarding the sepals and petals. Now, moving towards the sepals. Sepals, typically there are 5 to 8 that are distinct and can be imbricated or valvate in arrangement and usually caducous as shading as the flower matures. Then moving towards the petals, they generally also have a number 5. They are free and showing irregular symmetry. Additionally, there is a nectary often found at the petal base where the petal meets the stamens, which is vital for attracting pollinators. As we can see here at the base, there is a slightly we can see presence of nectary in between the stamens and the petals. And these are the 5 petals. Now moving towards the next floral characteristics, that is stamens. Stamens are numerous and polyandrous. The specific arrangement is spirally, the anthers being adnate, diathecous and extrose. They release by longitudinally dehiscence. Now moving towards the next feature, that is the gynoecium, which typically consists of many free carpels arranged on a distinct thalamus. As we can see here, this is a thalamus, or we can say receptacle, which is elongated, in which stamens and gynoecium arranged spirally. And each carpel, there is a presence of a single style and stigma, which simplifies the fertilization. And lastly, which is the fruits and seeds. The plant usually produces follicles with multiple seeds or achenes, that highlighting the adaptive strategies for reproduction. Now, we can see the floral formula for this particular families, as we generally they have a radial symmetry, which is represented by this particular symbol. The flowers are bisexual with calyx number 5 to 8, corolla are 5, and the endoecium and gynoecium, they are present in infinite number, and gynoecium is superior in position. We can see here all the carpels present on this elongated receptacles, that giving it a superior position and making the flower hypogynous. We can see all the floral part from this particular figure. This is a receptacle, this is elongated axis, then there is a presence of petals, then this is the male reproductive part, which is stamens, and female reproductive part, that is pistils or gynoecium. Now, As we have earlier discussed the different characteristics of the family Rannunculaceae, in this slide showing the diagnostic characteristics of this particular family Rannunculaceae. As we have already seen that this plant family has mainly herbaceous plants and the leaves are exstipulate with incised blades of and sheathing bases, and the flowers are hypogynous. They have a spiral or spirocyclic arrangement. Sepals sometimes are often deciduous and calyx and corollas are free. Stamens numbers are also indefinite, they are also free, and carpels are polycarpellary, apocarpous, and the fruit is aggregate type. So these are the some characteristics of the family Rannunculaceae, which we can see also here. There is a number of many stamens, then there are number of many carpels with apocarpous condition and the stamens with polyandrous condition. As we explore the Rannunculaceae family, it's essential to recognize some notable examples that highlight the diversity within this group. Each plant represents unique characteristics and adaptations. For instance, buttercup, that is botanically called Ranunculus, often thrives in moist environment, showcasing vibrant yellow flowers. Similarly, the meadow rue, that is botanically called Thalictrum, is recognized for its feathery foliage and delicate flowers. Then virgin bowers, that commonly called as Clematis, stands. Then virgin blowers, which botanically called as Clematis, stands out with its climbing habit and stunning blooms, while the windflower, which botanically called as Anemone, tend to display its flower in an elegant dance with breeze. We also have a species like Aconite and Columbine, which are valued both for their beauty and medicinal properties. Each of these examples not only enriches the landscapes but also contributes to the ecological balance. Now let's focus on the ranunculus, examining its distinct features and habitat requirements. As we explored various examples of family Ranunculaceae, here we will discuss especially the Ranunculus genus, which is the major genre of this particular family. The Ranunculus scleratus, it is a noteworthy that this species is prevalent across India, encompassing various common names such as celery-leaved, buttercup and poisonous buttercup. Familiarity with its Hindi name called as Jaldhania for its local context. Understanding its medicinal uses is essential. In particular, its tincture form can effectively treat conditions like stitch in the side and neuralgic pains. This highlights the dual nature of plants, both ornamental and medicinal. Next, we will look significantly the characteristics of the plant Ranunculus scleratus. As in this figure, we can see which representing the characteristics. This is the flowering twig, which showing the growth erect habit of the plant, establishing itself as an annual hub with distinct taproot system. The stem structure is particularly interesting with glabrous nature and branching at distinct nodes, giving it an advanced herbaceous appearance as we can see in this twigs. The leaves of ranunculus are simple and trilobed, which we can also visualize from this figure, with unique sheathing bases that can be recognized by their reticulate venation. The plant display a cymose inflorescence, offering a glimpse into the reproductive strategies. Its flowers are bisexual and yellow, which is indicative of many wild species, adding to pollination chances. Furthermore, each component of the flower, from polycephalous calyx to polyandrous androecium, reveals intricate adaptations to its attract pollinator. This species is also recognized for its medicinal properties as we have discussed earlier. So, look forward to the next slide that highlights the economic importance of this particular family. We now shift our focus to the economic importance of the family Ranunculataceae, which is widely cultivated for their aesthetic appeal. These plants play a crucial role in landscaping, gardening and urban beautification. For instance, the buttercup or Ranunculus repens is a common choice due to its bright flowers. Additionally, Clematis paniculata, often referred as the virgin flower, can elevate spaces with its climbing nature. Other noteworthy plants like Anemone sylvestris, known as the wing flower, and Lasper or Delphinium ajacis, revered for its stunning spikes of flowers. The Columbine Echotinum vulgare adds intricate beauty to garden, while Nigella domestica, commonly known as lavina mist, offers unique textures. These plants not only enhance visual aesthetics but also contribute to the biodiversity. Now, next we will discuss the medicinally important plants of the family Ranunculataceae. The extraction of drugs from the species like Echotinum napellus, which provide aconite for treating rheumatism, showcases how plants play a critical role in health care. Then similarly, clematis plants are integral in treating leprosy and various blood disorders, highlighting their therapeutic potential. Additionally, Ranunculus arvensis and Ranunculus muricatus are noted for their juice used in managing intermittent fever, which emphasizes the importance of understanding plant properties for medicinal application. Furthermore, the seeds of Nigella sativa or black cumin not only serve as a culinary purposes but also valued in treating ailments like fever, cough and asthma. As we explore further, we will discuss homeopathy resilience on numerous plant species, reaffirming their ongoing significance in both natural medicine and contemporary treatments. It is noteworthy to note that more than 30 species of Ranunculus family are used in homeopathy, which includes Echotinum napellus, Acacia racemosa, Clematis recta, Clematis virginiana, Hydrastis canadensis, Ranunculus bulbosus, Halborium nigrum, Delphinium species and Pulsatilla nigricans. Besides these plants, Anemone pulsatilla, which is native to Europe and Russia, is particularly valuable as it produces a medicine known as pulsatilla. This remedy is especially indicated for addressing nervous and menstrual issues in women. All these economic importance highlighting the ongoing relevance of these particular plants of Ranunculataceae family in many ways. Now, we have discussed the systematic position of the family, their distribution and their characteristics feature as well and some notable examples with their economic importance. Now, as we have seen that this family is placed in very early in the dicotyledonine by Benthamoniker in the order Rennales. So, this family has a many primitive characteristics which are listed here in this particular slide. As you can see here, that is the first characteristic that some plants of this particular family are in perennial habits like Echotinum and Clematis. Then the presence of tree or shrub like in Peonia. Then also the presence of stipules. Then the leaves of these particular plants have a reticulate venation. The flowers are bisexual. These flowers generally have a actinomorphic symmetry and a large number of petals that may be vary from 5 to there is some in places there is a number of petals is larger. Then calyx corolla both are free in nature and the gynoecium which is polycarpillary and apocarpous. Then ovules are anatropous type. Besides this, we have seen that the gynoecium as well as androecium, that is stamens, both are spirally arranged. This is also one of the primitive characteristics of this particular family. Now, let's explore the affinities of the family Ranunculataceae. The Ranunculataceae family is recognized as one of the most primitive among dicotyledonates. revealing fascinating evolutionary traits. Notably, Hutchinson, Bentham and Hooker classify it within very early dicotyledons, as we have seen that this particular family has many primitive characteristics, while England and Rendell associate it with Archiclimidae due to its ancestral features. This family showcases a connection to monocotyledons through its morphological characteristics such as rhizome formation, sheathing leaf bases, and rich endosperm. Additionally, its relationship to Rosaceae is notable due to presence of numerous free stamens and carpels. Then dimorphic leaves and hypogynous flowers of Ranunculus further establish its ties with Nymphaceae family. So in conclusion, we can say that these affinities enhance our comprehensive knowledge of the plant's evolution and biodiversity, emphasizing its significance of Rannunculaceae family in botanical studies. That's all for this particular family, that is Rannunculaceae. Next, we explore the other families from the series Thelmiflorae. Thank you all for your patience. That's all for today.